pizza. Pizza always good. Big slice, lots of layers on top. Great. That's nice. But if the pizza is offered to Krishna, it's still much better, because then it's prasadam. And when it's prasadam, prasadam is different. It tastes nice, spiritual food, tastes good, but at the same time, it also has power to purify us, and it has power to open up our eyes. Eat lots of prasadam, eventually start seeing the spiritual world. Like that, there is an extra dimension in that. So that's with all spiritual activity. It always has that extra transcendental dimension. So that's the best. Otherwise, you can't fix the material world. You know, I'm from the days of the dinosaurs, and a long time ago, you know, believe it or not, but a long time ago, suitcases had no wheels. Yeah, really. They had a handle, and people would just carry that suitcase, you know, until their hands were like cramped like this, and then they would shift to the other hand and carry it in the other hand, and it would be cramped. And sometimes they carried it on the shoulder, in India on their head, right, on the back. Different varieties we've seen, but they were carrying a suitcase. So karma is like that. So in the material world, we're dealing with our karma. You cannot fix the karma, but you can shift it around. You can take the karma, say, no, I don't want this karma, no, I'll shift to the other hand. So I don't like this situation, now I'll go look for a better situation. But a certain amount of happiness and distress is due to you by your karma. It will come back, also in the other hand. So if you think London, boy, London, sick and tired of London, I'm going. I've had feelings like that about Amsterdam. I walked in the streets in Amsterdam with a drop on my nose, freezing. And then I saw this poster somewhere, Blue Beach, palm trees, and before I knew it, I bought a ticket. And I was off, you know, to Kenya. Yeah. And there I was in Mombasa, in the blue ocean, and it was really good. And I walked in and I sat down on the beach. Well, I stepped on the beach and it was so hot. I thought, let me go for a swim. People said, no, you can't go for a swim. There are sharks, you know. You have to wait till the tide is down. Okay. I'll sit under the palm trees. I sat under the palm trees. What was that? Scorpion. I said, wow, wait till I come back home and tell them about my fights with the scorpion. And then, another scorpion. The trees are full of scorpions. So I sat on the beach under my towel and realizing that you can't escape the karma. When it's due to you, it's due to you. Ain't nothing you can do. Let you chant Hare Krishna. You can dissolve that karma. That's the way. Yeah. Oh.
Hare Krishna. How do we deal when we become complacent in the basic principles of our sadhana, such as reading, chanting, and hearing?
What do you do when you're complacent? Well, I think you kind of build in a few things in your life. Go to Vrindavan or Mayapur, you know, build in some pilgrimages. That's definitely, that helps. Because life in London, it's just, you get locked up in a routine, and it's very difficult after a while to keep the taste. But of course I can say things like, well, regularly associate with devotees, and you know, that will help you, and it will. But also, every once in a while, just get out of here. Just get out of here. You go to the holy Dham, and you're just in a different universe. There's Krishna everywhere. and spend a month there. And then you come back and you get some new energy. That's very potent and very powerful. Because the Holy Dawn is one of the five most important aspects of Krishna consciousness. So, that's the best. Otherwise, if we get too complacent and we don't have the strength to do anything about it, then we have to wait till we suffer. And then when we suffer, then after a while, think, well, maybe I should get more serious again. So that's the other way. Downhill when you smash your face and then you realize this is not so good. And then you go back uphill. So with intelligence also, we must do it. You cannot just live by how I feel. Complacent is about feeling. It's all about how I feel. I feel like it today, but yesterday I didn't feel like it. No, it's also got to be a plan. So we got to become a little more structured in what are we doing, where am I going? Not just, well, I'm controlled by how I feel. Because if you're just controlled by how you feel, that's like the weather, you know. We constantly have to ask, how are you? 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 Hi, how are you? How are you? How are you? Oh, long time no see, how are you? This is like constantly, how are you? How are you? How are you? So it's just like the weather, always changing. And so if we live controlled by just feelings, then where are you going? Like a car without a driver. Where is it? And it's moving. Where will it go? Down. Until there's a wall, a tree, go. All depends where you are. If you're in Holland, water. So, you must have a vision. Where am I going? And build. Krishna consciousness, you have to build. You have to build. You know? So sadhana, you have to build. It's about building it up. A regular practice. So it's good if you get into a spiritual routine. Like if you say I chant 16 rounds, don't just say, well, I'm going to chant 16 rounds. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to do it. And I really want to do it. And I made up my mind, really going to chant 16 rounds. That's not the best approach. It's very nice that one has the sentiment from going to do it. But better still is making a plan. How am I going to do this? And I'm going to try and fix a time. And that's my chanting time, every day. And nothing in the world is going to disturb my chanting time. And you're going to chant every day at the same time. And if you do that, you build up some momentum. It helps really. The mind gets trained, you know, like chanting at the same time in a rhythm, and you really get into it after some time. Then you're building up a momentum. So then you're not going down and becoming complacent. Rather the opposite, you're building something